Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's Perspective for Thursday, December 10th already. Okay, so thank you for jumping on. Thank you for joining me Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I come to just share a different perspective with you, not to even let anyone think for a millisecond, oh, yeah, she got it going on completely all the time, always, and everything. So she got to drop some nuggets. Wrong answer. I'm walking through this thing called life. I'm walking through this thing called life. But I have my own perspective, like you have yours. I've been blessed with different experiences. And so if I have fallen in a hole, then I think it's only right and a responsibility to reach you back and say, hey, sis, you better go around. You better go around, girl. You see, I'm still trying to get out this mud, right? Okay, go around. That's what Dr. Kelly's perspectives are. That's all. So I wanted to expand from yesterday where I said, make the time to go back and look into go back and look into the last year 2020 and see what we can learn from that, see what we can, the roughest thing that we came through, and then figure out the lesson learned, figure out what it, how we got better, how we got over it, how we got stronger, what it did to make us um better version of ourselves. But I wanted to take that a step further, because once you figure out that thing that was extremely difficult, devastating, meant and sent to destroy or distract you. Once you figure that out and figure out what it is that you learned from it, then the question for today is, the challenge for today is, are you willing to act on what you learned, or is it just going to stick around up here as intellectual knowledge? A whole, it's like getting all these books for the look, just so I can look like I'm reading them. Or if I do pick up and scan through a couple of pages, I don't do anything with the knowledge. It's like having knowledge, seeing it live and in color, and not implementing, not doing anything with it. And so I'm challenging you, are you willing to act on it? And I will be very specific. One of the things that for me, I came to when I did my little this version of looking back and saying, okay, what did you learn from that? I operate in fear in certain lanes. And at a certain point, you've got to realize, again, you can make your mouth say anything. So I had to say, well, Hollie Kelly, Dr. Hollie Kelly, are you willing to put your money where your mouth is, so that you no longer operate and walk in a place of fear, like the Walking Dead? The Walking Dead, I mean, they're moving, they're talking, they're walking, they're going to jobs, they're getting up, they're getting dressed every day, they're getting the kids to school. They appear to be living. I would suggest that some people are just existing like the Walking Dead, because fear has a grip on them. Fear, fear allows them, it unctions them down a very specific small way of life, a very, very small way of life when we operate in fear. And so I said, okay, look, what's the deal? Are you willing to break out of fear in these lanes in your life? Fear of what? Are you afraid of being embarrassed? Are you afraid of running out? Are you afraid that there's not going to be enough? Are you afraid of what they think? Who the they? The they is the strongest. They about a majority. The they. Okay, because we let they dictate what we're going to do. So even a fear of what they think, a fear of what they might say, a fear of failing, a fear of succeeding, what has you on lockdown in lanes of your life? And so um, we've got to, once we figure that out, ask and answer the question, are you willing to break out of this? We have a new opportunity. If God gives us a new lease on life every day, then we have the chance to have another opportunity. And for one, Hollie Kelly has decided, okay, those lanes that were still stuck with fear, okay, because you got to call a thing. We can cloak it over and say, well, that's just not what I want to do right now. And I've changed my mind and the Lord is speaking to me and I'm waiting on the Lord to direct. Okay, we can cloak it with a whole lot of cute stuff. When you really peel back that layer and get honest with yourself, if you've been operating from a place of fear, I'm afraid to step out. I'm afraid to trust that. I'm afraid I'm going to run out. I'm afraid of being embarrassed. I'm afraid of looking a certain way. I'm afraid of what they going to say, what they might do. Then you got to call it what it is. Call it what it is. And so I had that conversation with myself, and this is where you can test yourself, because you can make your mouth say anything. You can make your mouth say anything. There are two areas that I can look in and know with absolute certainty what's important to you. Two areas never lie. Two areas tell your business, and they're gonna tell the truth. All I got to do is look at what you're doing with your money and look at what you're doing with your time. Those two areas in our life speak truth about what is important to us. Even if what we're talking about, oh yes, I believe, and I need to, what, I really need to do better. And this year I'm going to do better. I am okay. Where's your money going and where's your time going? Let me look in your wallet. Let me look on your calendar. And so I am so grateful to be able to say, and I'm unctioning you to come along with me. Do your own stuff. Call a thing in your own life. What had you on lockdown, gripped, telling you what to do, directing your life, telling you where you're gonna go, telling how far you're gonna climb. Whatever that thing was, at a certain point, you're gonna have to break out. So I have invested. You can look at my calendar and you can see that I have built in time to learn this particular area, time to get better in this area. And I'm investing my money. Okay. Can't run around looking for free stuff all the time. Well, I'm gonna get it here, and can you give me a deal? No, because I'm worth more than the deal. I'm worth more than I rate. And I'm saying this is what you rate. So I just, again, it's my perspectives are always and only going to be about helping all of us to become the best version of ourselves. Too many of us are losing in life, not because we don't have the ability or the capability. We don't think it's for us. That's for them special people. That's for them educated people. That's for those rich people. That's for the people who work here. That's for the people who drive this. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. So in this month of prep in December, we need to prepare, call a thing a thing. If you've been afraid of certain areas, if you've allowed fear to dictate what you're going to do, fear is the puppet master in your life, stop that. Okay, let me look in your wallet. Let me look on your calendar. We can't talk a good game and then not follow through. So that's my challenge. Take yesterday's, once you review it, identify it, and figure out what you've learned from it, then have the strength, the courage, the faith to act on doing better. Okay, that's what I got for you. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share me out. If others can, they're not living all that they could live, then they can jump on here and join me Monday through Fridays. Okay. Make this a thankful, thoughtful Thursday. And in the meantime, take real, real good care of yourselves until we meet again. Hello,